How's it going, everybody? Today we are jumping back in the Gothic remake and we are going to complete the Stranger quest that we can only unlock after defeating the Skeletron mage that we can find in a dungeon under this tower on the northeastern side of the map. Now if we go down in the dungeon that we can find under the tower, down there we have a Skeletron mage, and when we defeat the mage he will drop a book that we can pick up, and as soon as we read it the quest will unlock, and we are going to have to try and find 5 more of these books to complete the quest and turn off these force fields and get ourselves some pretty interesting loot, including a very good ring. But we got the first book from the mage, and in the first book we had a clue pointing us to the second one, and our clue said that it had something to do with a lake. So if we make our way to right over here where I am on the map south of the new camp, at this lake we can find our next clue. So the second book is going to be in this house right in front of us here, and it's not actually guarded by any monsters. There are a couple of, lurkers and bloodflies in the back there, but they're not all that strong. So we can come here and pick up the second book from this table, which is in this house right over here where I am on the map. And in the same house we actually have a chest as well, right over here, which we can try and lockpick. It is locked up, so we'll see if we can open it and take a quick look inside. After a few tries, I did manage to open up the chest, but we didn't really have anything all that interesting in it. But if we read the second book, we are going to get our next clue, pointing us to a library somewhere close to a mountain. And this location is actually the mountain fortress, which we can find on the south side of the map, right over here where I am. So to get the third book, we are going to have to try and make our way all the way to the top of the tower, and we can get there if we have a good transformation scroll, like a harpy transformation scroll. We can use that and fly all the way up, but if we don't have one, we can go into the tower here and take the stairs to the second level. So we go up through here until we reach a room which is going to be on our right. So we do this, then we go up another set of stairs. If we come here for the first time, we are going to find a ton of harpies around, but we have defeated all of those not too long ago. So we go through here, then we go through right here, and we are going to reach the puzzle room right here. So I've already opened the door or the chimney here. This thing right here is going to be locked up the first time we come here, right? This. But we can open it if we press this bookshelf first, right? So we do this. Then we go across the room right here. We press this bookshelf right here. And then the last one is going to be this one here. And as soon as we press all of them, this kind of fireplace is going to open up. And we are going to be able to go through here. Then we can take the stairs up. And this is going to lead us into the attic. So we go up through here. Here we go. And then we drop down right over here. As soon as we're down here, we turn around, we go in this room, and right in here we are going to have the third book. Here we go. Now as soon as we read the third book, we are going to get our next clue pointing us to a prison or a dungeon, and this location is going to be the dungeon that we can find at the old camp, and the entrance to the dungeon is going to be in the inner courtyard. So what we are going to have to do, we are going to have to try and make our way into the inner camp here, or the inner courtyard, and then go down into the dungeon. The only issue is that some things have happened and these guys don't really like us all that much anymore, so we're gonna have to try and avoid them. But as soon as we're in, we can pan left, and the entrance to the dungeon is going to be right over here. So if you kind of run past everybody, we can go down in the dungeon. And we should be able to reach the spot where our next book is going to be. So we go through here. Then we go down through here. We have to kind of follow the stairs all the way down to the bottom, up until we are going to reach this door right here. And this door doesn't have a handle, so we can't open it with like a handle. But we can pull this torch right here. And that is going to open the door. And this is going to lead us straight to our next book. So we go down through here, go down to right here, and behind this door, we are going to have a sketchy dungeon room. And in the dungeon room we have, hold on, we have our next book, which is this one right here. It is in kind of a weird spot. Let me just try and... Here we go, here we go. Number 4. And there we go, we got it. Nice. Now this book will of course give us another clue, and the clue mentions some ruins, a bell and a guardian, and this next location is actually going to be the ruins that we can find on top of this mountain right over here where I am on the map. So this is definitely the most interesting book location, because what we have to do, we actually have to break this grate right here with the help of that bell that's up there on the ruin, and the grate is on the south side of the mountain right here where we are. So what we have to do, we have to climb up through here, and we have to try and push the bell down and break that grate right over there. So we do this. And check it out. We can now go down there and pick up our next book. So we do this, and hold on, it is kind of dark down there, so let's get some light going. We have a couple of these light scrolls, so we can do this. And check it out, right down here, we are going to have our next book, and we're also gonna have some meat bugs. Hold on a second. We are also going to have a boss down here, so we can try and fight it if we want. So if we go down through here, crouch through here, and check it out, we have a golem boss, and on the left right here we are going to have the book as well. But first things first, let's try and take care of this guy. Let's see, how strong is he going to be? Oh, actually pretty strong here. We have to try and avoid his hits as much as we can. Luckily we do have a pretty good melee weapon, so we should be able to take him down here. Oh, try and avoid his swings as much as we can. This roll skill is very good as well, because we can just kind of dodge out of the way. I can't even speak. Oh, we can kind of roll out of the way. Here we go. Some good damage right there. And there we go, we got him. And let's see here, we have a chest at the back as well, which for once is not actually locked up, and in it we have some coins, some wood, essence of strength, we have extract of magic energy, then we can also transform into a meat bug with this scroll. But when it comes to our book, it should be right over here in this big stack of books. Let me see. Here we go, number 5 right here. Now the clue from this book said that the patient seeker finds me in the place where it all began. So what we have to do, we have to make our way back to the tower where we first fought that Skeletron mage and check the dungeon. Alright, and here we are back down in the original dungeon where we first fought that Skeletron mage. And check it out, the force fields are not here anymore. So there was a force field right here in front of us, but now it's gone. And then there was another force field right behind us here, and once again this force field is gone as well. And I think right here we should have one more book, the final Chromanin, number 6. Here we go. And if we read this, we are going to get a cool achievement, and PS, mind the Skeletrons. A couple of Skeletrons have been summoned. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have the boss here anymore. I was kind of hoping that the Skeletron mage would spawn once again. That would have been kind of cool, fighting him again, because the original fight was a lot of fun. We were so under leveled and we had terrible weapons, but we still kind of pushed through it and managed to take him down. But it seems like now, after we found all the books, he didn't spawn again. I was secretly hoping that as soon as we got them all, we would have spawned another boss here, another Skeletron boss. Well, yeah, the last book is going to be right here. And then I don't think there's any loot in this room besides the book. It doesn't look like it, but we should have some loot in this room right over here. Check it out. We have a chest, and in the chest we have some parchment, we have an elixir of magic energy, we have an inscription of transform into a shadow beast. So I think with this we can actually craft a scroll that will allow us to transform into a shadow beast, but we are going to need the inscription skill, which I do not have at the moment. Then we have the summon skeleton scroll, we have a storm of fire rune, and then we also have the ring of greater invincibility. And this ring is actually really good. It's much better than anything else I have, so we are definitely going to use it. Let's see, what can we replace here? We're probably gonna replace the ring of invincibility with the ring of greater invincibility. So let's do this and do that. And here we go. That was a ton of fun. That was a ton of fun for sure. And there we go, that was the Stranger quest. I kind of hoped that we had another boss battle at the end, like maybe use all the books and summon some sort of a Skeletron boss, but that wasn't the case. It was good fun nonetheless, scouring the map for all the books, and I hope you guys enjoyed as well. In case you did, be sure to drop some stuff and things down below, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.